Travel tip. If you're a wheelchair passenger, remember, you are first in, last out. So there is a chain of command. There is a protocol to follow. So what does that mean? Well, that means don't forget that if you step off the plane without a wheelchair assistant and a wheelchair there, you are in no man's land. And this is actually what is the name for it. You're in no man's land. That means you are not responsible. There's no one responsible for you. So, what? Who cares, right? Somebody will eventually come. Well, let me explain to you by giving you a couple of examples. I was once in a plane and I was trying to be very kind, so the stewardess said to me, "Oh, would you please stand from your seat and step outside? The wheelchair assistant will be right with you." "Oh, sure, no problem. I'll step right onto the finger." The minute you step onto the finger, the crew on the airline is no longer responsible for you. You have relinquished their responsibility, literally, legally. What does this mean? This means that as they did, they packed up, they stepped off the plane, they closed the door, and they walked off, leaving me in the finger to fend for myself. There was no one there. Unfortunately, the wheelchair assistants were going through a very busy time. I honestly think they forgot about me for a while, and I sat there for a good 20 minutes. What was I to do? I literally sat on the floor. I started to get worried because I had a connecting flight. If I miss that connecting flight, it is no longer the responsibility of the airline. Can you believe that? It is no longer the responsibility of the wheelchair assistant company, which usually it is, FYI. Once the wheelchair assistant and the wheelchair showed up, they picked me up and they were able to deliver me to my connecting flight. And everything was fine. Fortunately, everything was fine. That was the final result, so we can breathe easy. But what if it hadn't been? Let me give another example. I am sitting, and this is afterwards, so I already knew how things go. I'm sitting on my seat in the plane. The stewardess comes. We're going to be loading the plane. Again, first in, last out, so I am the last person in the plane. We're going to be loading the plane. Can you please exit into the finger? Very politely, I say, "I'm so sorry, but I cannot stand without a wheelchair. I need to sit on my seat." I get the face, "Oh, she knows I'm right. She can't say anything." Okay, so I sit on my seat. They still load the plane. I'm not sure technically that's quite correct, but I'm not here to give you legalities. I am here to tell you my experience and what I know. What happens is what I was worried was going to happen. There's another passenger that had my same seat number, my same seat assignment. He shows up and he says, "This is my seat. Move." He was not too polite about it either. And my response was, "Excuse me, sir, but actually, this is my seat. I have not relinquished this seat. I came on this flight." Quite stunned, he went to the stewardess and she agreed. That seat still belonged to me. So immediately, she talked to the captain called, and believe me, that wheelchair showed up quite fast. When the captain makes such a call, things happen very quickly. Be aware, that's happened to me in other flights. When the captain springs into action, things happen much faster. The companies don't want to hear from the captains. So finally, I was able to get off the flight. Why is this so important? Think about responsibility. When the airline, because they're responsible for you, makes you, because they're late, because of mechanical issues, weather, whatever, they make you miss a connection, they help you, whether it is by paying you, whether it's getting your hotel, whatever it is they do, but they help you get to your next flight. If you're a wheelchair passenger and you're left all alone in the finger, however it is that you get yourself to whatever next spot, there is no one who is responsible for you. This is a big problem. If the wheelchair company, if the assistant company has picked you up, their responsibility is to get you to the next spot. That means if you miss your flight, they pay for it. They are the ones in charge of you. So it behooves them to get you there. This is why, and we'll talk about this some other time, they immediately take you to a waiting area, and passengers that have a short connecting flight get rushed off. Passengers who stay in that location have to wait longer because it becomes a big puzzle for them, and there's a lot of moving around. So remember, if you are in the plane, don't step off until you see that wheelchair assistant and a chair so you can sit down. This is my travel tip for today. I hope that it has helped you. Thank you. See you soon. Be on the lookout for the next travel tip. Bye-bye.